Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's been quite a while since our last upload. Probably was, I think, the Pokemon Showdown stream, maybe about a month or two ago now. But this past Friday, the 12th of September, was a Nintendo Direct, and unlike what seems to be the rest of the internet, I loved it. It was one of the best directs I have seen in years. And we're gonna go through. I made a PowerPoint this morning while work was dead before the store opened. You didn't hear it from me. Um, but I made this collecting a compilation of most of the announcements. I left off maybe a couple, kind of from like the little partner showcase splits they did. Where we talked about like FIFA and just random games that I don't really think anyone really cares about. There's stuff in there that I don't really care about that I still put in here because it was talked about. So without further ado, let's get on to it. So the first one, it led off with Shigeru Miyamoto, talking about the 40th anniversary of Mario, how they're showing off things like we opened a Nintendo Museum in Japan, we did Universal Orlando's Nintendo Land, Nintendo World, or whatever it's called. And then it went to a trailer for the upcoming Mario movie that's coming out, I believe, is it May or March? I don't remember the full date, but it was revealed as the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which I think is cool. Obviously I love Super Mario Galaxy. One of the best games in the Mario franchise, but I don't know if it would have been, I think my friend Josh was like, yeah, I would have expected this for the third movie, if there was going to be one, with the, spoiler alert, for the post-credit scene of the first one, it was a Yoshi egg, so I thought it would be Super Mario World themed. But we got Galaxy, so I'm not mad at that. I know Illumination did a fantastic job with the visuals and everything in the first movie, so I know with space as the backdrop and everything about that, I know this movie's going to look gorgeous. The entire cast returns, and yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a great movie. I can't wait for it. And speaking of Mario Galaxy, it led next into a Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 Switch bundle that will also but there will also be separate amiibo to buy, and a physical version of Rosalina's Storybook, which I 100% am going to buy whenever the sales go on for that. Obviously, I'm pumped. Super Mario Galaxy 2 was left out of the Nintendo, the Mario 3D All-Stars, but Galaxy 1 wasn't. And I know that Mario 3D All-Stars got a port to, I know Super Mario Galaxy, sorry if I said that wrong, but I know Mario Galaxy 1 was on 3D All-Stars, and I know 3D All-Stars got a performance upgrade like the other games like Scarlet and Violet or Mario Odyssey. So I'll have to see what the specs are because this is in 4K on Switch 2 on the big screen and 1080 handheld. So I need to, if the Mario 3D All-Stars is in 4K, I will just be able to buy Galaxy 2 for the Switch. But if not, I don't have a problem buying the bundle. It's 4K Super Mario Galaxy. I love Super Mario Galaxy. I still do have the Wii version, but I just want some pretty visuals. I'm not gonna lie. Whatever. But yeah, obviously really pumped. This comes out September 2nd. Or October 2nd, excuse me, as you see down there, and that is the same day as Ghost of Yotei. So I'm gonna have some games to play. But like I said, hopefully it'll only be the 40 for Super Mario Galaxy 2. So I don't have to buy Galaxy again. That would kind of suck. I don't care about 4K that much, so I can probably keep. Even though there is extra story content, like more stuff for the storybook that Rosalina has, more chapters for it, so maybe I'll end up getting it, who knows. I'm a shill, after all. No, I'm kidding, I'm not. You'll hear later. But anyway, that was awesome. Next up was Mario Tennis Fever. I love Mario Tennis. The game looks really cool. However, there's a YouTube channel called Switch Stop that I follow, and their prediction was Mario Sluggers. I would have much preferred a new Sluggers. We haven't had Sluggers since Mario Super Sluggers on the Wii, and we've had Mario Tennis on the Wii U, 3DS, and the Switch with Mario Tennis Open, and we had golf with Golf Super Rush, but we haven't had baseball or maybe a new sport. Imagine Mario with like football or another Mario Hoops or maybe a Mario Sports Mix, but the game looks cool. New mechanics, new kind of like features, the dive and the slide. We got fever rackets, a ton of different fever rackets. There's like a fireball. There's a super meter, like in fighting games. You got burst. But you got like a fire racket, an ice racket, that makes it slippery. So yeah, and they said the mini mushroom racket, which shrinks you down. I think it said, I think you'll see it in the trailer that's on the side. I think there's Shadow Rag looks sick with the double. I think there's like 40. I think they're talking. But I think that, yeah, 30 fever rackets. So there's going to be plenty of fun things and a massive roster. Yeah, sorry I have it muted. I'm going to have some music in the background that I don't want it to really interfere. Plus the videos are kind of loud sometimes. But yeah, Mario Tennis Fever looks really fun. I think it comes out early next year, maybe spring. Definitely interested in this game. Hopefully it does better than the Mario Strikers game we were waiting on that turned out really bad, Battle League. But yeah, Mario Tennis Fever looks really fun. I'm looking forward to playing that. Next up is the Switch 2 version of Mario Bros. Wonder. Meet up at Bella Bell Park. Just like my goofy self, I have a massive backlog of games. I bought Mario Bros. Wonder, streamed the first world, and haven't played it since. Because there's just, I just play a bunch of other games. I have a list on my phone of all the games on my PlayStation backlog of games that I've either bought, downloaded via free PlayStation Plus, or since I have PlayStation Plus Extra, that has their game catalog, games I can just get on there. There's 150 plus games on there. So, but yeah, the in-game itself is really cool. There's gonna be some new kind of bonus levels, and then Bella Bell Park is kind of like a mini-game land, where there's like these little mini levels that I think some are co-op or incentivized co-op. Yeah, collect the most coins. So that's definitely more Mario Party minigame-esque and everything. Oh, speaking of Mario Wonder, I don't know. It shows it later in the trailer for the previous game, Mario Tennis Fever, but there are Wonder flowers in the game with Wonder effects. So that's really cool. But yeah, Mario Wonder is it's a great looking game. I just need to. I'll get to it eventually. I'll probably finish playing the game when the Switch 2 edition comes out, but it comes out next year, I think. Let me go down to a little video here. I'm pretty sure it doesn't launch. Yeah, spring 2026, so it's quite a ways away from when that comes out. Nevertheless, I am still pumped. I know Mario Wonder is well received and a very fun game in the franchise. And then the final announcement for the 40th anniversary was Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. It looks fine. Obviously, I mean, a lot of people wanted 3D Mario, but I mean, there's a lot of Mario content coming. I'm not mad. I mean, it looks like a fine game. Much like other Yoshi games, it definitely looks like it's really geared towards children. It's got a very charming art design, as always with the Yoshi games, whether it be like the Yarn ones or the ones back in the day. The game looks very nice. Will I get it? I don't know, because it doesn't look like a really traditional Yoshi game. It kind of looks like a weird Pokemon Legends Arceus kind of thing, where we're just finding enemies and seeing what they do. Well, as you can see, it's a very charming game. It's very pretty. So yeah, as more info comes out on this game, I will definitely determine if I want to buy it or not. But like I said, it looks adorable. Visuals are just stunning. Yeah, that was all the announcements for the Mario 40th anniversary. And then it kicked off with some more regular Nintendo Direct announcements. So I put the little 3 they did. Storm Lancers is a fast-paced roguelite. I've gotten very much more into roguelites, based on a few fan games and a couple regular games, like Poke Rogue last year. I had spent a lot of time on. Kind of booted up the other day a little bit, played a little. It's still a fun time. And then there was one that me and my friends played in early access and we bought, because it's really pretty cheap. It's called Noobs Are Coming, where it's a roguelite game. It's actually a full rogue game where you go around, you start as a boss, and you level up your boss to fight enemies, and then you get to the end and you win. So Stormlancers is a game I'm going to keep an eye on, because I do like me some roguelites. Dinkum is next. It is a life simulation game based on the Australian outback, where you set up your own life, goods store, fight enemies. Is that a sheep platypus hybrid there? That's weird, but it's kind of cute. And there's a cassowary there. A deer, is that like a koala or a wallaby? I don't know. The game looks pretty, it's adorable, and I'm definitely going to get sometime in the future. And then Papucom is coming to Switch. I don't really, it was described, what was it? It was a co-op multiplayer puzzle shooter? I don't know, it's kind of a weird game where you have to like, I don't really have gameplay of it because I'm not going to lie, it's one of the games I wasn't really interested in. These are kind of just the mid games. You'll be able to tell which ones I'm interested in because we'll get full screen in the video trailer. Because I think those are the bigger announcements, the more interesting ones. But yeah, the games look cool. But Dinkum and Stormlancers are definitely ones I'm interested in. Next up was Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Got another trailer. The game also again just looks fun. Everyone's been waiting for Tomodachi Life. The customization system is a lot more in depth. It's got sort of the same voice system. The rooms and everything. Oh, that was a right click. You obviously give them the food, and it tells you if they like it or not, their happiness level, so that's about the same. You can drag and drop people next to each other if someone looks alone, and then they'll talk and interact with each other. Right click one more time, so that happens. And then they'll start hanging out with each other. Yeah, Tomodachi Life is going to be a lot of fun. I love Tomodachi Life. 2026, and one of the me's, if I can find the voice clip, had in its dumb Tomodachi Life voice. It's like, when does the game come out? So everyone, it's leading to a joke that everyone wants to know when this comes out. Yeah, 2026 still. I'm assuming it might be like a spring release. But yeah, obviously Tomodachi Life, fan favorite, coming next year. Oh yeah, it literally says 2026 and then it says spring. Alright, so I was right there. I didn't fully look at that. Next up, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. So this is one of the things I was talking about. Obviously, this game is massive, so it's gonna be. It's been confirmed it's gonna be on a game key card, which is fine. I don't know how you're gonna put 80 gigs of space things onto a key card. One of the things that Keith mentioned, especially in a later trailer, which he afterwards, is I know pre-launch, a lot of people were talking about how the Switch 2 will have the power of a base PS4, which I thought was kind of hoopla. Because, I mean, the base PS4, I don't know if it was capable of 4K, but the Switch is. Whether it's upscaled or not. But seeing it's like Nintendo's always usually behind the 8 ball when it comes to the other companies when it comes with technology. But this and the game we'll talk about later has Switch 2 footage. It looks incredible. Even Cyberpunk looks okay. But Final Fantasy VII Intergrade looks really good on the Switch 2. So that gives me high hopes. I already got it on PlayStation Plus when it was free, so I won't be getting it again, but the fact that the games do look this good, especially on a piece of hardware that is handheld as well, is impressive. I don't really know what everyone's talking about with like the Switch and everything. I have the Switch too. The games run great and they look fantastic. Yeah, I definitely gotta play Final Fantasy VII, like I said, but my giant backlog, who knows. But yeah, Intergrade looks fantastic on Switch too. It looks gorgeous. Who knows if this will be actual full gameplay. We'll have to see what happens when people get the game in their hands, but if it's anything like this, I mean, I can't get mad. That's very, very good. Next up was another little quad segment. I know some people may be like upset that I'm putting Dragon Quest VII Reimagined in that corner. I don't care about Dragon Quest. I know a lot of people, Dragon Quest is a big thing for Nintendo. Linked Banner of the Spark is another kind of side-scrolly. I don't know if it's roguelite, but it did look interesting, and I put it on my wish list. Kirby Air Riders is getting amiibo support. There's a few amiibos coming up for it, and it's getting a second direct later this year before the game comes out with Masahiro Sakurai running it. Kind of weird how it's getting a second direct. Of all games, I didn't think it'd be Kirby that would get a second one, but nevertheless, I'm pumped for it. Kirby Air Riders does look fun. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, Dragon Quest RPG. I think Dragon Quest, it's not really one of the ones I have on my wish list, because one of the things I did want to get to on the Switch was JRPGs, and just RPGs in general, because I have like the Persona games on there, the Final Fantasy ones, like Ni no Kuni, so I do want to get into RPGs, but Dragon Quest hasn't been one, but maybe I will in the future. And then Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is this little like Mario 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe a couple other side games that are just being redone. A game I am pumped for, even though I haven't played the first one and need to, is Hades 2. This game looks insanely good. And, I mean, the art style and everything, and how well the characters look. All my favorite gods and goddesses from Greek mythology are in here. Let me scroll on ahead to when we see them all. They show them in here, right? Or is it just the regular trailer? I thought this was the Switch trailer. They show all. Yeah, here we go. I think. No! How'd that happen? Go back. Jesus. Don't edit that out. Yeah, let's see what we got here. I mean, the gameplay just looks awesome. Hades always looks really cool, but I never got it. But it's definitely gonna be one I get. Who do we have? Artemis is here. Who else do we have? I don't know about who's in the first game. Nemesis. Who was it, like the balance of whatever the heck? And I think this isn't like the full trailer. I think this is a different one, but it had Zeus and Poseidon and all that jazz. Everyone. I loved it. So definitely gonna be a game I'm gonna be getting after I beat the first one. Yeah, Hades 2 looks terrific. And when does this come out? It said it was a release date trailer, so let me see. Show me, please, and thank you. September 25th, another September game. Good lord. Alright, next up, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. I want to say it got a release date. Did it get a release date? November 6th. So it's a November game. I have not beaten Tears of the Kingdom. I played it a little bit too close after Breath of the Wild, and I never played it, but I do have the Switch 2 version upgrade, so it's free through NSO. I don't really know much about Tears of the Kingdom at all with the characters. I don't know if this guy is in Tears of the Kingdom, but that design is so sick with the Zonai fuel in him, with the ninja mask, the hood, and the let me know in the comments if this character is in Tears of the Kingdom, and he might just be an original character, because there's a lot of OCs for Hyrule Warriors, especially in the first one we had like Lana and Sia, Volga, and Wizro. But yeah, let me know if this guy I'm circling here is a character in Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know if they are. They just look so sick. But yeah, Age of Imprisonment looks solid. I haven't even beaten Age of Calamity because it ran so bad on the Switch 1. Even so, my backlog's huge. I don't do anything. So that was that. Alright. Here is one of the only two negative announcements. I wouldn't call the other one strictly negative, kind of. They said a new thing's coming to Nintendo Classic. I'm like, oh cool, are we gonna get like DS? Are we gonna get Wii? We got the Virtual Boy. So at first I'm like, okay. The Virtual Boy is gonna be on VC. I mean, I never played those goofy Virtual Boy games. I mean, so I guess I'll try. And then it kept going on. And then it said you needed to have it. Why? I just clicked on the time bar. Yes. You need to buy this periphery, put the Switch inside of it, close it, and then you play the games. And it's $100. I'm not gonna lie. I know at the end of the thing, we're gonna go on a little, it's not a rant per se, but like, it is a thing that's been going on because of this direct and a little bit afterwards, but I think this isn't very good at all, honestly. Oh, I hit the space bar. I'm gonna freaking shoot somebody. I think this is a waste. I honestly think it's a waste of time and like production skill. I don't think a soul asked for this, especially requiring that $100 peripheral to play. I don't see this being a success. I really don't. You know me, I love Nintendo. I usually back them up on a lot of things. This is one of the things I cannot. I can't see why. So yeah, the Virtual Boy on VC, I'm not a big fan of. I don't like it at all. Next up, as we click to the slide 17 times already, is the Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly remake. Another game I have not played, but I've been interested in. Fatal Frame is a very cool, interesting horror series where you have to go around the map. I don't know if you defeat enemies by taking pictures or find the ghosts or spirits by taking pictures. All I know is it's a pretty cool concept, and the game looks cool. And this splash art back here, gorgeous. So yeah, definitely a game I'm going to be checking out when it comes out sometime next year. Does it say? Early 2026, so maybe like February, I'd say. So that's Fatal Frame 2. Next up was another, these are the games that are getting Switch 2 versions. So One Piece Pirate Wars is another like Warriors game. Overcooked 2, Stardew Valley, Power Wash Sim 2, Human Fall Flat, and Sukiya Game Planet. Never heard of Sukiya, but whatever, those are getting Switch 2 editions. Next up was Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And We get to see a new vehicle that Samus gets to ride. I forgot the full name of the bike, but as you can see, there is a pretty vast, wide open desert. So this could be like a more... I mean, I think I wouldn't call Prime an open world game. I don't know if this game will be open world whatsoever, but we have a new way of traversing around. And the game looks pretty gorgeous, actually. I've never really played much Prime. I bought the trilogy on the Wii U VC. Played a little bit of it, but never got around to finishing them, obviously. That's just how I am most of the time with games. But yeah, Prime 4 looks really fun. I'll probably be picking it up. And it launches December 4th, so a nice winter game to get around the holiday season. But yeah, Prime 4 looks pretty sick. And that's the main antagonist. It's a bounty hunter. Silex is their name or whatever. I didn't really get all the info. I'm a terrible YouTuber, you know what it is. Next up, the second thing I really am not thrilled about. Donkey Kong Bonanza. First things first, I saw that arch and I saw the water and I thought this was some Wii Sports Resort stuff. I was going to lose it. But I saw it was Donkey Kong Bonanza. I was like, oh, that's cool. Bonanza's getting DLC. It is DK Island and Emerald Rush. I was like, oh, we're getting a DK Island expansion? Heck yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. But the thing is, I heard the people who bought it. It's just the island. I don't think there's too much to explore. And then the Emerald Rush mode is through Voidco, where it's another roguelike game where you go around and you collect emeralds. The more emeralds you collect, you get these. Yeah, after each round, you collect fossils. Fossils give you perks that reset whenever you start over a roguelike. But $20 for this, I don't know. I don't really think it's worth it personally. I may get it in the future, but I still need to fully play through Bonanza itself. I'm on the race, the speedway layer. So I've gone down a few. I'm like 700 deep. So, I mean, I may get this if I want to. I mean, $20 isn't horrible, but it just seems like it's lacking a bit of content for $20. I don't really know. So, I mean, I might think about it in the future, but I was not too thrilled after I saw the price of the thing when it came out. There's a bit of stuff on the island. Maybe there's a bit of exploring. So who knows? Maybe I'll look into it someday. But not the craziest fan of this. But it does look like it has a decent amount of replayability. Who knows? Maybe I'll scoop it up one day. It's not the worst thing I've seen. Now it's time to lock in. This is when the Direct got very, very nice. And you're about to hear me geek out and fanboy because I love Pokemon. So, on the way home, by the way, I was listening to this driving home from vacation. That's why this video is a little bit later. I was on vacation last week. Went to the beach. And I was like, what the heck? There's a Ditto here. Okay. And then it transforms into a child. And runs out, and I'm like, what game is this? And it walks up to the shaking grass. I know a lot of people thought it'd be some kind of weird mystery dungeon game because the Pokemon were talking to you. But since you're a Ditto, I'm assuming you can understand Pokemon. And with Ditto able to copy things, it can learn different moves. For example, it grows vines out of its arms and learns Leafage, where it can pull bushes out of the ground. And then you can talk to a Squirtle and water the bushes and make them all nice. And then you can interact with all these Pokemon. You can harvest food, cut down trees, destroy land, clear things, craft items. It is basically a Pokemon life sim. Like a Pokemon Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, Minecraft kind of thing. Which blew my mind because I was like, I love Animal Crossing. Stardew's awesome, and I love Pokemon. So I was like, this is a combination of like Animal Crossing, Stardew, and Pokemon? A Pokemon life sim. And you can see by the splash art that they show, they got a Pokemon Center here, these cave systems with an onyx, like a dark area, and you can see on here, you can have like a water area, an island beach area. So I'm about to have different biomes on my island. I'm going to have like a mountain area for the rock and fighting types. This area will be like for the spooky area will be dark and ghost types. We'll have a fire type burnt out area, maybe water types all around, the water grass types. It looks awesome. It comes out in 2026. I don't know when. Hopefully it's like a nice summer game. I'm ready. And I also like the Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan and the waterfall Chuck style over here. I didn't see that. until now. But yeah, what is that? Oh, it's a drill burr. I was like, what is that? But yeah, this game looks awesome. I can't wait for it to come out. Next, now it doesn't want. Oh, I pressed the 0 key. Next was Pokemon Legends ZA got a trailer, and as you can see by the background, we got Kalos region Megas. They didn't reveal if we're getting Megas for the starters in game that we get, Chikorita, Emboar, and Feraligatr, or Totodile. I can only assume they will. If these starters are, I can assume those are. But this was a very awesome. Wait, is that what Volt Switch does? Kind of like moves you back. That's the thing in this game. Not only are the protect moves very, yeah, if Volt Switch is like that, Volt Switch can be extremely important more than the regular move. But as you can see, the Absol Megas, and then the Delphox glances over to the Mega Ring, and we get Megas for the Kalos starters. My favorite, it's funny, Greninja is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, but it's my least favorite of these new Megas. Chestnut is my second, Delphox is my favorite. Chestnut was my original starter in X and Y, so I was really hyped to see that. And we got all the different Megas over the fudge! That's not the pause button. I'm just spoiling everything. This video's a disaster. But yeah, Delphox looks amazing. And then we got Victory Bell, who's gigantic, by the way. I'm trying to pause with the spacebar and it moves on. But we get Ampharos. And then we get the Charizard, Sableye, Mawile, Gardevoir, Gallade. I think every Mega's back so far. And then a weird thing with Zygarde there. Legends GI, I can't wait for it to come out. I'm so ready. Next up, the final announcement, which we will talk about a little later in the after part, is the confirmation of a DLC coming for Pokemon Legends ZA. So I'm like, what are they doing here? And I saw these are Mega Stones. Like, it could have been some TCG stuff, because I know that they're getting TCG's getting Megas, and Pocket as well. But then I was like, wait a minute, that's Raichu. We're getting Mega Raichu X, which is my favorite of the two, and Mega Raichu Y. And we're getting a brand new post-game DLC called Mega Dimension, where we're going to get probably a bunch of new Megas. And you get, pre-orders begin today, and you will get some special holoware for Pokemon X and Y, and additional story content afterwards. So yeah, Mega Dimension looks great. I'm looking forward to it. Then, one of the few trailers, this is the one I was talking about, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Of games that's impressive. It says footage from the Switch 2 version. Resident Evil 9, a game that if someone said, hey, I'm going to buy the brand new Resident Evil for my Switch, you'd get laughed at. Now we have a console that can run Resident Evil. And Resident Evil games are very graphically intensive. They look incredible. They run, and it's doing its thing. A brand new Resident Evil is able to be run on the Switch. They also announced that Biohazard and 8 Village are going to be over. But the fact that a Nintendo system can run a Resident Evil game, which it hasn't been able to do since like Resident Evil 4 on the Wii, when that was one of the better versions of the game, it's impressive. It really is. Yeah, Resident Evil 9 looks cool. I have not really played Resident Evil. 7 and 8, I might have 7. I don't have 8, even though it goes on sale a lot. It might have been on PlayStation Plus, I don't remember. But I don't think it is, because it's on my wish list and it says buy it. But that was that. And then the last announcement was a brand new Fire Emblem, which friggin' Control-C, Control-V say the same thing over and over. I have 3 houses, bought it recently, have not played it. Fire Emblem is an RPG series I've been wanting to get into. It looks like we have sort of the multiple family dynamic that we had for the other ones. But yeah, it's Fire Emblem, it's a fun looking RPG. The characters look good, the graphics are gorgeous, dialogue and music are always great. The music in this trailer, if I can unmute it just for a second. The music was amazing in this trailer. It looked like a good game. Yeah, it looks fun. It looks fun. But that is part.